Hello everybody, I'm back with part 2 from my Highland Cow, the Clarabelle Dream 3D Folio card. I am Christy with Christi Creations, and I'm also ambassador for Papercraft Socials, which is why I'm able to do these designs. So I have my full blinged out card here. As you can see, I use different embellishments plus the things that came in with the kit. And I'm going to show you all these. So on our last video, we just did the very basics. We got the card symbol in itself in the folio. I didn't realize that's still in there. The folio packets, pockets and stuff in, along with the Velcro. So supplies that we will be using: double-sided tape. I have a couple scissors, a hole punch. I have both liquid and glue stick. I have some foam adhesive dots that are also double-sided. I also am going to be using some distressed ink again, and I am using the distressed ink, which is Vintage Photo, and it's from the Ranger Company, and I think it was Tim Hall or Halls or something that I got for this. So I have a couple variations of kits. So you'll have all the paper products that it comes with. That includes the embellishments and several different ribbons to use as one kit. The second kit that I'll be offering on my website will have just my chainmail pieces to go with the ribbons. I have a cowboy hat and a cowboy boot on my love knots, all in silver. Then the third one will be what we're going to finish with. Is going to be all blinged out. Now I'll do the disclaimer now. If you buy my third one, which is going to be deluxe or blinged out, I haven't decided on the name yet. The accessories added in will vary. The colors may vary, and so forth. It will depend what I can get at the time. But no matter what, I'll make sure it'll coordinate with the card. So we have our card here. The first thing I'm going to do is the fussy cuts from the paper part itself and see where I want to put them. So we have small and big bow. It may not all fit on my screen with the way I'm laying out. Cowboy boot, two different cowboy hats, and then we have the disco ball. Some of these may get hole punches added to them. Some of these may just be glued down. I'm in Texas, so you may be hearing the air conditioner running back and forth. I do apologize for that. So first off, I'm liking the cowboy boot right here. I don't know why, I just always see it there. But this time I'm thinking about foam dots under it where it'll pop up. So that's probably going there. The one thing I always recommend before gluing, deciding where you're putting everything. Because once it's down, you cannot undo it. I'm looking at the small bow there, maybe. And even though I want to make sure I leave some writing area, or make sure I leave one of the tags where you can write on the back, because this is a great gift. But I'm kind of liking the cowboy hat, right? The white one right here to go with the boots. And I think I'm going to do that. I still have a couple more options, and I have the back still to do. Thinking about putting the hat right there, the brown one. And unfortunately, the other tags are too big. So I may hole punch these and add to some of my tags. And I have some plans for those tags. That's why they're still sitting to the side, not ribboned yet. So I think I'm only going to use the foam dots on the boots. Everything else I think is going to go flat. And if you can hear my dog, I am sorry. But it sounds like at least one of them's decided to bark right now. So I'm going to actually work on the back first, where I'm putting the brown hat. Since, I'll be honest, Texas weather, sometimes glue sticks don't want to stick as well as I like them to. So I have a pair of scissors that you can see are very hard to open at this point. That is now, I'll be cleaning again soon, but it's dedicated to my double-sided tape. to just add a little extra stick while that glue stick has time to glue, because none of us want me to sit here forever letting glue dry. So I'm just going to put a single one across. When you if you don't want to hold it in your hands and get glue all over yourself, which I understand some people don't, my recommendation is I'm going to pull it on. It's going to be shiny foil or parchment. I am just going to lay it down here so you can see it. For the glue, I am using a Scotch permanent glue stick. So far, that's the one I've learned works best here in my weather climate. And I'm just going to go around twice on the hat. And as you can see, it won't stick down to the foil. If you do glue on paper or even the felt like I have underneath my workspace, it can easily get stuck. So I'm going to plop the hat right on down now that I have it where I kind of want it, because once it's down, it's not going to come back up. And I'm just going to press and get it. Normally I have my bone folder or a squeegee, and I forgot to grab them, but that will take only a second. So there they are. I have organized space where I have everything stored, so it's easy to go grab real quick. So on the back, I'm going to do this until I go to the all bling out. We're going to flip on in and do the middle first. And again, we're just going to repeat the process with gluing the two pieces down. So I'm going to sit this where you can see where I'm going to be gluing just a second. I'm going to cut two pieces of tape this time for the bigger white hat that I'm doing. Now, this is just my personal preferences. Y'all find out where y'all want to put y'all's own things. Everyone will do it differently. And that is one reason I'm offering the different styles. So I put two pieces of tape down. Available, the different 3 different kits available out, because not everyone's going to want the same thing. Right now I'm trying to peel the tape up because I forgot to grab my tweezers to help me. But I got it up. So the tape's still a little shiny. Again, we just grab the foil. I don't mind putting it on top and putting the card down a little bit. It's just going to go right there. And I just kind of swirl it all over. Make sure it gets good and glued before I do anything else. I think part of the reason I always have to have the tape is because I don't move as fast as some people do with the glue, and that probably causes problems. So I think I'm going to do the hat straight and not at an angle on this one. And I got a little glue on my hand, so if you do that on the glue stick, truthfully, just run a little water over them. If you have a wet wipe nearby, that works too. I should have had a wet paper towel, but I didn't think about it. And see, I use this, which I believe is actually for wallpaper, but it works great on multiple projects for me. So I'm looking at the bow and trying to make sure that's where I want it. Or do I want to put it somewhere different today? Like right there, maybe. Let me slide down a little. I got off screen on y'all. I know I'm kind of leaning towards this one, but then at the same time I like it where it's off to the side here. See, that's what I'm saying. Everything is different. You have your own choices to make here. I think I'm actually going to glue it in a different spot today. I always try to make sure I want to do some things different, not always have the same card over and over. I'm cutting thinner strip ones, and I may have cut them too long. We'll see here in just a second. Yeah, one is too long, and I'm not going to press it down. The other one looks like it'll fit perfect. That too long one, I'll just cut. and it does not hurt to add a little more to a spot. Now we just split this up, glue again, get it down, and we'll get to the front. And then I'm going to show you a fun project because I was going to have to let it sit, but while we do the blinged out stuff, and then we'll do the chainmail and the other things like this. Going forward though, on my videos I may break down even more. We'll have to wait and see. So that tape's pulling up right now. I need to push it back down. That's why I sometimes prefer having my tweezers. For some reason I did not grab today. Probably because I forgot I cut my nails. And just pull that up. And as you can see, I just dropped it. Luckily it didn't stick on anything. As you can see right now, it's stuck to my thumb. Let's grab that foil. And you just glue it again. And I'm putting it about right there on this one. That looks good enough. Let me pull this back down now that I got it stuck without. And this is why it's good to have just the more soft surface to press down a little bit to get the spots that are not quite down with just your fingers first. And there we go. Now this time we're using different glue. I have glue dots in multiple sizes. I am pulling out one of my sheets here. This is 12 millimeter, and I'm thinking I'm only going to need 2 of them, but we will see. Now let me get on screen with y'all. So I'm putting one down here towards the boot. I'm actually going to go a little bit more. I don't know for sure if I really need this many. And I'm thinking about grabbing one smaller one. I have all the way to a couple different millimeter sizes. And I got these at Hobby Lobby, but I will have links to everything where you can find them online, because I know not everybody has a Hobby Lobby like I have close to you. And so I will make sure I give y'all links to where y'all can get these. So these are all stuck down now. Now, just like with the other, you peel the backings off. Just unlike normal, I will not be adding extra glue, which is going to be kind of nice. Okay. I'll throw those little dots away in a second. All right. We're going to pull here. I'm putting the boot right here. So I'm lifting up the cow a little. And I'm just dropping it straight down and pressing a little for the foam dots to set. Okay. I am going to move the card to the side before we extra bling. I am going to show you, I showed you how to add the ribbon. I want to see if I have anything I want to add these to. I'm going to use these two for my chainmail, but I have an extra project I'm going to do with those in a second. So on the ones that are already hole punched, I don't feel fit, so I'm going to set those to the side. These I really don't think those will work with, but we have these cards here. As you can tell, they are not hole punched, and I can just laying over to see if I like the design on any of them. And if you're like me, you don't have to use everything. And actually I'm going to leave these as is. Now something you can do, get some nice glitter pins and get a straight ruler, and you can make lines to make it easier to write on. These are perfect to write notes. This would be perfect where you put a note here even, so forth. But I have 2 things planned for these right here. And it's not just ribbon. And I may actually do them with a couple more. So in your kit of paper, you have extra pages. And I'm going to glue these on the back. And seeing if I want to add any of the others to any of them. Where they will have a hidden pocket left inside. I think I'm just going to do the two. Because you can always save these paper and use them for millions of things. So first off, we are flipping the paper over. Now remember, the printout will not go all the way to the edge when we're doing this, and some reason there was something stuck to that card. This is why I said we were going to need some liquid glue tonight. I have quick dry tacky glue sample size. I plan to get the bigger size soon, just have not took the time to actually bother ordering. So what you want to do when you're making a pocket card, you're going to glue up one side, the bottom, and then I'm going to glue around the curve, and then I'm stopping. And you'll notice I'm leaving this whole side here open. And then I'm just going to flip it over, line it as best I can without getting off on the edge, hopefully, and just sit it down. Press it, leave it. I'm going to do the exact same thing with this. I'm going to make it where the pocket is on the other side, and then I'm going to put this to the side. I'll cut it out before we're done because I'll be showing you how to add the chainmail to this too. And sometimes you have to add a little more glue. If you're like me, I'm off screen again. I apologize, I have to do that. I do get shaky, so my lines are not perfect. And one reason I like the sample glues is they're easier to squeeze. I'm going to be trying the big ones soon. When I finally found the glue I liked, of course, I bought sample bottles on purpose. And then again, you're just going to take this. I'm still trying to save the paper because I can use that paper for other things. And you're just going to press it down where it can sit and glue for a little bit. So I'm going to set this back off to the side. Grab my card. Now we're going to go blinging out. So I have some both resin things and paper type flowers and resin flowers and some kind of pearls, resin flowers, and then just several different colors of paper. So now let's pulling out one pearl. We're going to see it's only half one. It's not real. It is called acrylic gemstone. And I love, with these tabs, adding something to them. So I'm thinking, why not on this one? And then like you could add to and from right here and put a gift card in there and have that cute little piece right there for it. I'm not sure how long this is going to take to glue because I normally glue pieces on as I go and let them dry. And silly me, for a project like today, I should actually figure that out beforehand. So I put some glue on the back and I'm just positioning it where I want it to sit. And I'm going to let it sit there. Because we have other things we can do while it dries. Don't worry about that. I am going to pull, right now I have just a random paper bowl in my house. I'm going to dump out all my resin flowers in it to see what I may or may not want to use. And it actually has some hearts in here too that are cute. And that's why I'm saying these stuff will vary between what I put in. But like I said, everything will correspond with what I am if I had my tweezers, that would look cute. What I give to you. But let's I don't want to move too far from this page, so we're going to stick on it for a second. We can add something like to the bows. Re-looking at my own thing to give myself some ideas of what I did last time, because I don't want to always do the same thing every time. I'm looking at that. And I have a small white paper flower here. Has a little bit of glitter on it. And wondering how that would look. I'm saying no, so that's the thing. You're just going to play and test until you find what you like or what you don't like. You know, I didn't check it with any of either of the hats here. No. What do y'all think of that right there? I'm probably going to have to hold it for a minute, but I like... That's something I could see easily, having a flower on a hat like that in the ribbon area. I'll be honest, my hat does not have flowers on it. Okay, I'm just going to put a drop on. Set the glue to the side. Fold this card down and just kind of sit it and press. And while I'm holding with one hand, I'll cover my glue with the other. And then let go. So I'm seeing if that pearl is set, so we can move on. I already have an idea of what I want to do right here and right here. So right here, I have different flowers I can use here. I have multiple colors here, or pinks here. And then different sizes and stuff like that. So that's one reason I said it's just going to be random. What I buy, what I have in stock will be what I use. And I'm never going to guarantee a color. Like this time, I'm actually switching it all the way up. And I'm pulling a yellow flower out. And I'm going to put it just kind of right here, like it's tucked behind the ear. And glue that there. A hint, I do keep my glue upside down. Or if you buy the glue I'm recommending, it'll already be a variation of upside down. And it will be very easy to glue with. So I want to add something right here on that. A lot of girls, I don't know if it's just Texas or rodeos in general, but blinged out boots are a thing. I have a white, I have a kind of weird coloring, and I have a pink right now with me. And who knows what I'll have, like I said, when I have them stock, because you can see I have different colors here. And I think I'm going with the pink for this. And again, this is why I recommend make sure you have your liquid glue. Put what you feel you need on it. This is why tweezers are kind of recommended at times. I even finally bought some and didn't bring them with me. And there's that blinged out. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and flip, and we're going to pray they stay. I have something I want to put here, and I have a small something I was thinking there. So first off, I want to see how that heart looks there, and I can tell you right now that heart is going to have to find a different project. It don't look right. Have a small raisin daisy. I normally say yes, but today I'm saying no. I don't know what I'm going to put there. I may put something else later. But here I'm thinking about putting another paper flower. I'm just reaching in and pulling some smaller ones out, not one of the big ones. Let's see what I pull out on my board. Have two glitter, a couple glitter in different colors. That's why I'm saying it's going to be on, I'm going to pick what looks good with the project, but I will never guarantee what coloring it has. And I'll make sure there's enough embellishments to do a couple different things. But first off, I need to pull this back down. And I think that one right there is going to be what we're going to use by itself. And this will, the embellishments I'm using will be labeled under my deluxe or extra embellishments option. And like I said, it'll just be a random amount. And I will list how many embellishments you will get. I won't, you know, and it'll be a mix between paper, flowers, and resin variations. And if I ever come find more embellishments at work, I'll probably film another video. So this is good and right here. Alright, all the embellishments are glued. So, remember this? Where I made pocket tags. I am going to do what I will always recommend to anybody first. Close your glue stick, glue before you drop it. So I have a second pair of scissors that I do not use for my glue. My double-sided tape. I'm not the best at cutters. And so I'll try to stay on screen for y'all, but I will not guarantee it. I'm just going to cut the best I can in a straight line to get these two tags out, because I want to save the rest of the paper. You never know when you're going to want to scrap paper. So I'm trying to just be careful as I can. Okay, so I'm setting this part of the design to the side. Now we have two tags. And I just need to get them cut out real quick. If I thought about it, I would already had done a preset set made for y'all to see, but I did not think about it. So I apologize that y'all actually have to wait for me to cut. And as you can see, that is not perfect on either one. But we can easily go back and edge it. And I'll show you that in just a second. Or I may skip the edging because I showed y'all how to edge in the first video. And I'll show you again real quick here. And yes, I am saving my scrap paper because I can hole punch and use for some things going forward. Okay, before I edge, I'm going to take my hole punch, line up where I had previously hole punched, and just punch again. That makes it easy. And we got them hole punched now. I normally would lay this on paper and do it, but I'm going to do it quick as I can, because I can take hours inking to make it look the way I want to. And basically I'm just de-stressing the edges. I'm doing this a little quicker than I normally would. So I may come back and make it a little heavier. And if you want to, you can turn around and add a little bit of stressing on this side as well. And now all that left to do is put ribbon, the chainmail on, and put the tags where you want them. So we'll go do the ribbon and chainmail just in a second. And I'll say I am no expert at all on edging. I've taught myself all this. So if you ever have any tips y'all want to give me, I'd love for y'all to drop them in comments. if y'all have favorite inks or something, or if y'all want me to take time and just do a video on a specific step, that would be great to know as well. Okay, I'm going to call that edged. Not my normal clean line edging, but we're going to call it. Alright. Oh, sorry people, I forgot to put the phone on silent. I'm only going to pull the tags that have hole punches because we have some that do not, and lay them here. I have one here that already has some ribbon on. But let's focus on our new 2 tags. So remember, pocket, where you can slide a small surprise in. And I did it on opposite sides. These are also going to have one pink, one white ribbon. I do automatically already cut my ribbons before I even send them, so they always come pre-cut. And they come long enough to work through everything. You can loop it however you want. I'm doing where I'm going to have a loop on this one because I'm going to be adding another thing in here in just a second, where I'm just wrapping it around and looping. I'll do the exact same thing with pink. And with it being double-sided, it is sometimes a little harder to pull through, but it also still works. Alright, these are the tags I picked to add my chainmail. So I'm pulling my chainmail. I'm actually pulling the 2 brown cord pieces, and truthfully I am just running one end through, hopefully. There we go. So as you can see, it's coming undone, which I don't mind. I find it more rustic. Find the end. May have to go through put the end that's not unraveling through is what I need to tell myself, not y'all. Loop the chainmail through and tie it however y'all want to tie it. Sometimes I leave it loose, sometimes I tie it tight. This one is going to be a little bit tighter than normal, but I kind of like how it's looking right this second. And then you can always tell them they can take the chainmail off and make it into a pendant if they want to. And we're just going to repeat it on this card. Then all you need to do is add all your ribbons to your different cards. You can double up on them if you want to. You have an X amount of ribbons. But one thing you want to make sure when you put on your chainmail, like I just did that backwards, is actually, nope, there it goes, how it lays. You can also, if you're good enough at it, so they don't have to cut, tie a bow. And there's that one in a bow. And then, so I showed you that one style. Another way you can do, just take one end of your ribbon, pull it through, tie a knot. Or just loose lip, whichever way you want to do. So you don't want ribbon at all, you can grab the cord and just add some cord. You can also loop the cord through if you prefer, or you can double it, which this one's going to be doubled. I made sure to put the organza through first. We're going to find out. I normally do, but this time I didn't. And nope, it came through good. And I'm just going to tie a knot in this one too. And then I have 3 more tags. You just do the same. You add ribbon where you want it. You can punch holes in these. Add ribbon as well if you want to. You can find different ribbons. You can get cow themed ribbons. All sorts of stuff. And then you just randomly put your cards where you want. And if you want more cards, another thing you can do is take that extra paper and trace out cards. I still have you I'm going to put in other places, but here it is. I want to thank y'all for joining me. I'd love if y'all would comment, subscribe, and let me know what y'all think. Thank you again. Bye, everybody.